Hi, I want to talk to you about knowing the Lord Jesus Christ, not a religion. I'm not talking about a religion. I'm talking about knowing the person of the Lord Jesus Christ. Now, why would I want to talk about that? Well, I've been thinking a lot about so many people are all tied up with religion and religious activity and belonging to this group or that group, or not being able to communicate with somebody that doesn't go to their group. And the reality is, we need to know each other by the Spirit. A long time ago, I was born again. I had grandparents and great-grandparents and parents that loved the Lord. But one day, I heard His voice. I was about 6. I was at church, and I heard it. And I went up and I said, I want to be baptized. I want everything that the Lord has. And so I was. And I knew it was special. And I want to talk about how we hear Him. When I went to school, I heard my parents' voices. I loved to please my parents. They gave me rules to follow. And, I knew those rules. I knew their voices wherever I went. Whatever I was doing, I knew if it was something they would approve of or something they wouldn't approve of. And I have to say, most of the time, I would wind up doing what I knew they would approve of, because I knew how well it felt, how good it felt in my heart, and I knew the reason behind it was for my safety, my good, my strength, my future. And when I got home, everything would be great. Yeah, no spankings, no standing in the corner or whatever that, happened. Actually, in my house, sometimes it was a switch. It worked. I wasn't worse for it. So what is the benefit of knowing the Lord's voice? And how does He talk? Well, there's lots and lots and lots of ways He talks. And so hopefully in the next few videos, we can talk about some of those and how much fun they are. And some of the lessons that I've learned with His daily voice. Today it was really fun. I was listening to 4 guys, just really 4 interesting guys on Rumble. And they were talking about the situations in the earth and the world and their experiences as soldiers, their experiences as investigators, their experiences in life. And they were talking about what their studies had shown them and revealed to them. And I was just really, really appreciating, that they were sharing that with us and with me, because I followed them a long time. And all of a sudden, one of the fellows, he stopped and he said, "Wait a minute, I want to talk to the audience." He said, "I really feel like I'm supposed to talk to the audience." He said, "Now, the rest of you guys need to do this. You need to talk and share with what you know about the situation in the Lord and talk to people." And I'm going, "Oh God, you're doing it again. You're talking to me again," because He's been talking to me about doing this, having these little talks, sharing my heart, sharing my experiences with people. And that's one of the ways He talks. He talks, He confirms what He's telling you. He confirms His word over and over. And He has done this with me recently over and over and over, to where now I have a grandchild who is really encouraging me to continue to do this. My children they're encouraging me. I guess it's because they love me. And they want their grandchildren to be able to hear my voice. I don't know. But I know this is something that I want to be a blessing. I want you to hear and to know God talks. He talks by confirming His word. Sometimes He just talks in a quiet voice that you get it. Sometimes it's an impression. Sometimes it's a dream. Sometimes I'm walking the dog. I have a couple of stories that are just so phenomenal. Where he's talked and He's moved in my life. I have some exciting stories where He's done incredible things to save my life and to support me, or to recruit me to do certain things that I didn't even know they existed. I hope you get to know him. I hope I can be a help. Because remember, he's not religious. And this is not a religion. This is a relationship with our Creator and our Redeemer and His precious Spirit that He shared with us in His resurrection. It's really a good thing. It's a relationship, just like the relationship I have with my family and my children and my children's children. You know, I'm a great-grandmother. It's pretty awesome. I've been blessed phenomenally, and I want you to be blessed too. God bless you. I'll talk later. More ways we can hear